Well, welcome back here at Cardinals Field on Newport as our pregame show continues. Now time for the manager show, joined today by Newport Gulls hitting coach Al Leyva, who's filling in for Mike Coombs tonight. And, Coach, it was a wild game last night in Sanford. Before we talk about that, though, we got to talk about the Newport Gulls win here at Cardinals Field on Wednesday night against the Laconia Muskrats as Newport improved to 7-1 in the regular season against Laconia.
Yeah, the guys are playing well, and we're just continuing to do what we're doing, and that's put the ball in play. And usually good things happen when we do that. So we're trying to cut down on our strikeouts and hopefully get a few more of those that will fall in, and hopefully we'll score some more runs.
Last night's game in Sanford was 1 in a million, Coach, as the Newport Gulls initially had a lead against the Sanford Mainers. The Mainers battled back. They eventually took the lead in the 8th after a long rain delay. It was not the most favorable conditions for baseball, as a wild pitch and pass ball allowed the go-ahead run to get to third for the Mainers. They took the lead. Newport battled back, though, in the 9th inning and tied the score after the game initially may have been over. There was some confusion there. Mike Coombs was ejected after a close play at first base. But the question was, did the go-ahead run or the tying run score at the plate before the game ended or did not end? As it happened, the umpires eventually got that call right, and play resumed, thankfully, for Newport. From your perspective, that must have been a wild few minutes.
Yeah, it was. It was a lot of chaos. Home plate umpire had indicated that the run had to score before they tagged him out. Mike Coombs was, arguing for a safe call at first because we thought we beat the throw. And, that's part of baseball, in a tight situations, that happens. The manager's trying to protect our players, and that's what happened right there. He thought he was safe. Our runner indicated he was safe, and it looks like he was safe. But, the umpire made his judgment call, and we got to live with that. And, after the chaos was all done, the umpires got the call right, and the fact that it was a tie game and not a game-over double play.
Mike Coombs has been ejected a few times in his managerial career for the Newport Gulls, but not recently, not since you've been the hitting coach here. So you're taking over here tonight as acting manager, though you do have managerial experience in the past in the NECBL.
Yes, I manage several different teams. So I know how to manage a game, and I also know how to be an assistant coach too. So for me, it's not a big deal. For the players, it's not either. They know what they need to do and what I need to do, and we'll keep everything status quo, just as if Coach Coombs was here.
It was an odd situation after the game as the umpires began to leave the field. And talking to Coach Coombs after the game, you did credit yourself and Coach Long for making sure the right call was made.
Yeah, we after the tempers kind of came down on their part. They were able to talk about exactly what had happened, and what happened was they just miscommunicated between the two of them, and that happens, But ultimately, they talked it over. They got it right, and that's what this game's all about. We're going to make mistakes. Umpires are going to make mistakes. Coaches, players, and hopefully you get it right. And that's what they did. They did get it right last night.
So the Gulls and the Mainers went to extra innings. Newport battled back in the 11th, plating 5 runs as the downpour came down and called the game, so it was suspended. But the Gulls do have an 8-3 lead and still waiting on official word when that game will be finished for the final, what could be the final 3 outs.
You're right. We're just waiting on the commissioner to rule on it. They're saying because the umpires left the field, or should I say their GM is what I'm understanding. So that's all hearsay. So we're just waiting from. I did talk to the commissioner this afternoon and gave him our side of the story. So he'll make a ruling on it, and we'll have to live by it.
So the Newport Gulls now looking forward to tonight. The New Bedford Bay Sox here in town. This has been the Gulls' toughest opponents this season. New Bedford just 2-3 against the Bay Sox so far, but there are 3 critical games to play as the Gulls just have a narrow lead against the Bay Sox in the East.
Right. Yeah. I think if that game counts against us, if that goes against us, I think they're 4 games behind us with 3 to play, so they're right there. So. This thing ain't over with. Do we want home field advantage? Yes. Do we want to keep on winning? Yes. We want to go in the playoffs, going in the right direction. So, this is going to be a little bit of a playoff atmosphere for us, and hopefully the boys will rise to the occasion.
Going back to last night's game quickly, there were a couple of scary moments for the Newport Gulls. We already lost Sheila Rosen earlier this week. Austin Slater and Jeff Miller were both taken out of the game with injuries. What's their status?
Yeah, Jeff is, he actually had a foul ball off his foot. He also got a foul ball off his hand. The hand's good, the foot's not. It'll be day to day. I think another day or two he'll be fine, ready to go again. Austin could go today, but they are throwing a right-hander, so usually Canari's back in there, so let's give Austin. But if we need Austin later in the game, we can bring him in.
So not expected to be anything season-ending. They should be good to go, perhaps, if not for the first game of the playoffs, perhaps in the last couple games of the regular season.
Yeah, as we've, until we hear from our athletic trainer and our doctor, but they both are, they feel like they'll be okay, and, there's no ending injury, so hopefully we'll just hope for the best.
Finally, Coach John Hochstetter gets a start tonight for the Newport Gulls. He was very solid his last outing. He got the tough luck loss, but only gave up an earned run, 2 runs total on a couple hits against the Mainers, went 7 strong innings last Saturday.
Yeah, John's starting to really dial in. I think we lost 2-1 with him, and he's a competitor. He's going to keep you in games, and usually we've been averaging about 9 runs a game. In that particular game, their pitcher pitched well, so. Hopefully we can get some run support for him. He'll keep us in ball games, and that's what it's all about. Starting pitchers have to keep us in games, and hopefully on the offensive side and defensive side we'll do our job.
Newport Gulls acting manager Al Labor, thanks for joining us here in the pregame show. Good luck to you, Coach Long, and the team tonight against the New Bedford Bay Sox.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
That's our pregame visit to the Newport Gulls coaching staff. Newport Gulls baseball is next as the pregame show continues on the NECBL Broadcast Network.